I started working with some of the top labs in the country many years ago, but intensely the last year to bring out a lot of new brands. And I said, what is the cleanest, healthiest thing that goes after seasonal distress, the things that pollen and dust and all the trees and plants cause, but that doesn't have even herbs in it that speed up the metabolism and get you in a heightened state? Because sure, you're all jazzed up, your body's going to ignore the fact that it's under attack. I said, what naturally deals with it but helps the body in its own way actually heal it? And they said, well, that is Japanese quail eggs, type of quail, Japanese quail, fed a specific diet by the French. They discovered this like 40 years ago. It's now patented, now documented, but it's got better rates in the studies than placebos and then, you know, a lot of the other products that are out there. So I continue to marvel at Mother Nature and what God gave us on this planet, because the results we've gotten just at the office, people with serious issues with pollen, with dust, you name it, the results we've gotten with the pollen block have just been insane. And it just makes my head spin. Why did I not, suffering from this for so many years, not know about it when it has alleviated my issues, like I said, 70%. I mean, it has been a game changer. I still sneeze some. I still might have a little burning in my sinus, but the pounding headaches, the fog is gone. And that's what personally happened for me. See what happens for you. Give us your review. We'd love to hear what you have to say. InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com, pollen block, 51% off out of the gates at InfoWarsStore.com.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. The answer to 1984 is 1776. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Teacher misspells Hillary Clinton's name, leading family to demand apology to Hill Liar. That's up on Infowars.com from Fox News. I didn't ever get to this, but Washington Post changes headline describing Trump's speech after Twitter outrage. A call for bipartisanship. They put out what the paper was going to be, but their readers got so mad they changed it to a new American moment. Talk about people in an echo chamber. It's just incredible. And we're going to see if lies triumph over truth. The war room's coming up. They're going to get to more of these clips. I should have gotten to more of them. It's such an epic speech. We'll play more tomorrow as well. It's just, imagine if Hillary was up there, what we would be dealing with. It is just insane to see how far these people have gone and what they've done. But finishing up with that Trump clip I was talking about, Trump reminds lawmakers, you serve America first. Here it is.
We're a people whose heroes live not only in the past, but all around us, defending hope, pride, and defending the American way. They work in every trade. They sacrifice to raise a family. They care for our children at home. They defend our flag abroad. And they are strong moms and brave kids. They are firefighters and police officers and border agents, medics and Marines. But above all else, they are Americans. And this capital, this city, this nation belongs entirely to them.
Exactly what I keep saying. If you're an American, it's your country. And there's a standing ovation for that. Yeah, crank it back up. That's it. If you want free market and the wealth, it's yours. It's all a big lie by the big foundations and globalists that if you're not white, you don't get to be part of the country. It's pure crap.
Our task is to respect them, to listen to them, to serve them, to protect them, and to always be worthy of them. Americans fill the world with art and music. They push the bounds of science and discovery, and they forever remind us of what we should never, ever forget. The people dreamed this country. The people built this country. And it's the people who are making America great again.
All right, that's good. Let's stop right there. We got to take his speech and do promos for months. I mean, it's just all coffin nails to vampires, high noon to vampires, justice to pedophiles. If you got a business, you didn't build that. Somebody else did that for you. Well, the chicken or the egg, Obama, where'd that come from? When you're paying the taxes and dealing with everything and all the rest of it and running your office when you're sick because there's only 2 or 3 of you. Biggest small business startups in U.S. history since we've been recording statistics. It's all coming back, and they're so pissed. And notice Obama said, you got a business, you didn't build that. Somebody else did that for you. What did he just say? Can you back that up 30 seconds? He said, you built America. You are America. You did it. You built it. Unifying you. It's all about individuals with a shared dream, building a collective. Not the Soviet Central Bureau collectivizes you and tells you what to do. No, you just build it, and then you see what is good and what works, and then you all join together, and then that builds it. But people like Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, they want to run it so bad, and they just get violently angry at your health or your beauty or your strength or your will, and they think you're stupid because you're not like them, always scheming how to screw somebody over. And my biggest wake-up in my life is I thought evil like that was only in certain places. I didn't realize that it's been mass-produced. And there are a lot of losers out there who weren't successful through the normal systems, so they decided to be bad people. Now, before I go back to your calls here, let me tell you the problem with Trump and what wasn't really brought up in a speech. Russia has been taken over by the globalists for 70, 80 years. They've halfway got control of their country again. They're not expanding. They helped us after 9/11. They helped us with ISIS. They did most of the work on the last 4 years. Our military recognized that and worked with them. And they're Christian and conservative and patriotic and pro-human and have programs paying people to have kids and are trying to live. They're not a culture of death. They've been under that for a long time. They kind of hit bottom, so they're coming back up, kind of like we are starting to come back up. And Trump is massing troops on the Russian border. They've doubled what NATO had there. You got the Marine Corps commandant saying, get ready for war with Russia. You've got all these missiles being moved up and a new Cold War kicking off and all this. And it's Trump trying to look tough on Russia instead of his instinct to have détente and then to get in there, all those Russian resources. There's more than Africa. Good Lord. And Russia's ready. They want the investment. But Western elites don't want Russia to share in the empowerment. They picked China and its corrupt system because it would have one-child policies and it would execute Buddhists and Christians and it would be ruthless and evil. So Rockefeller and others said, we're going to be with you, and went in there when China couldn't even produce toilet paper for half their population to wipe their ass, okay, 30 years ago, and built it up to a bigger economy than us and gave them all our secrets, and now they're breathing down our necks, man. So if Russia gets in our way or tried to do something, I'm not a Russophile, but Russia has been under the same thumb as us. It's natural. China doesn't have any resources except for the people it uses like slaves. Russia's 90% untapped. It's a very simple economic human equation. For the United States, with all its fury and energy and wildness, and then all of Russia's scientific and cultural acumen and resources to work with Russia. And it has been the fear of the globalists from the beginning that something like that would happen. But everybody's pulling out of the New World Order. And Russia helped lead the charge on that, and that's the only Russian collusion there is. And Trump has been pushed by his generals and all these other people into the Russians are ruthless, they're cunning, they're only looking for an advantage. Don't be a fool and show everybody you're tough. And it's a mess. He now lists these so-called oligarchs, anybody that's got money in Russia, and talking about going after hundreds of Russian businessmen and shutting them off, which is a real act of war. And all Putin said was, that's not very friendly. Not Oh, you better watch it. That's an act of war. That's not very friendly. Come on. You know, Russia doesn't teach 5-year-olds how to suck male organs. Russia isn't allowing that crap. And that's Russia's sin, that after being held underwater for 85 years, Russia wants breath. Russia wants to live. And you know what? If we sit there and get played off against Russia, we don't deserve the freedom that we've had because we are idiots. And we should free China and not support that dirtbag communist regime of 1,000 people, 1,000 communist leaders on the Central Committee and on the Politburo that are literally raping 1,300,000,000 people. And with all the whoremonger demons, global. I said I'd go to your calls, and I didn't go to Frank and Patty and Tim and Sam. Can I host a few more segments and have them lined up? They can start their streams over there on the next show and all that, but I'll go into the war room. So I promise to take these calls, or is that too short a notice? And just separately here at the end, because I don't plug stuff like I should, Bodies is the ultimate turmeric formula from our research. Amazing. It's 50% off out of the gate. We got pollen block is also powerful, and it's out of the gate. It's 51% off. Cell Force is really going to be called DNA Force Plus down the road. More of the high-quality ingredients at a lower price, but I went with Cell Force, the name at first, until I learned that I could still use DNA Force Plus name, because group said, hey, this is a better formula, it is stronger, it is lower price, great job, call it that. He's a classy guy. And so we're going to call it DNA Force Plus. It's 53% off out of the gauge. We're going to sell that off very quickly. It's about to sell out very soon. And then we're going to come out with DNA Force Plus, which is Cell Force. But people like the DNA Force name, so we're going to stick with that. So that's the inside baseball on that. We've also got the Real Red Pill. It takes about a week to kick in. It's the base with all the key compounds that help you develop the hormones your body naturally has. But if you don't have those compounds, your body can't make the hormones in the glands. So it's really powerful. The Real Red Pill. We got the shirt of the month, 20% off. About to sell out of that with the red Won't Tread on Me Snake, and the red InfoWars. The yellow is a staple, but the red is a limited edition. Shirt of the month, you get a big discount, and then each month get a new one mailed to you, the new design. So that funds this whole operation. InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLive.com, or 888-253-3139. We're not perfect, but we're trying to be good, and we're not out to get you. Stay with us. The War Room straight ahead with Owen Schroyer and more.
Trace in New Jersey wants to talk about vaccines. Go ahead, Trace.
First off, I wanted to start off with saying I've been waiting hours to talk to you, my man. You're one of my most favorite hosts. Second, I'd like to say Super Blue, Survival Shield, the Scalp Flu Defense Pack, they're all amazing, and I just ordered them all again, along with the Organic Urban Garden Seed Kit at Infowars.com. But back to my point, in the early 1990s, ADHD was on the rise. My parents, they didn't believe that vaccines could ever hurt anybody, yet found out, yes, I do have ADHD. I've been taking Brain Force now for about almost 2 years. And with Brain Force, I'm able to focus perfectly. And my parents said that before the age of 7, I was not as hyperactive. And that's what got me, PQ'd, wondering, hey, maybe it was something in a vaccine that could have triggered this change in me that made me so hyperactive.